Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuah and the truth. I hope you guys have been tuning in to the live streams we've been doing on After Yahuah breath or Yahuah's breath. That is where I've been for the last few days. The last 4 days we've been doing fellowships every day at noon for 4 hours, for around 4 hours. I didn't get to stay as long today as I normally do, but I am going to be continuing on with video number 18. Well, I wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to kind of slow down on the Sefer videos because right now the videos that I've been doing on my channel from the Sefer have been of Ecclesiasticus, but it was my idea to do Ecclesiastes and the BYNB and then switch over to Ecclesiasticus because it goes quite well with Ecclesiastes. So we are on like chapter 12 now in the fellowship, so I don't want to be like repetitive, so I'm not going to be doing those on here for a while, but I'm gonna finish up what's left of or no, we're moving on to what's it called now, the Ascension of Isaiah, I believe it is, in the book of the Shamaim. But right now we're continuing on with Beguiled, Eden to Armageddon, video number, I believe we're on video number 18. And we left off talking about the 2005, the YU-55. And it has to do with asteroids, fireballs, comets, signal, Wormwood may be on its way. Sorry about that. I had to get up for a minute. My husband just came back in from work, and they're making him go back in again to do a manager-type job when he's not even a manager. But anyways, sorry about that. We'll continue on here. Many months before 2005, YU-55's closest approach, FEMA, set up a Homeland Security test for November 9th, 2011, to take control of television and radio networks for their drill. Timing of FEMA's drill seemed strange to many conspiracy theorists, especially when one remembers before 9/11's disaster they had practiced a drill regarding hijacked airlines crashing into buildings just before the real thing actually happened. Satan's army knows their end of days is coming, just like our scripture foretells, and they are gearing up. They also know they cannot do anything to stop what Yahuah has planned for them. Every day Satan's lineage is preparing for the big one, a star called Wormwood that will hit Earth with a vengeance in our near future. FEMA does not want commoners to know there is nothing anybody can do to protect Earth from such a massive collision. So their major goal is to keep everyone calm and blind to the danger until an event happens and then attempt to deal with its aftermath. Remember Louisiana? No one could stop Hurricane Katrina's force or massive destruction. USA residents along the Gulf Coast knew this storm was coming, and their only option for personal survival was to evacuate to higher ground. FEMA showed up after, and need I remind you of all the chaos that ensued? Officials know asteroids and comets are increasing, but where do you evacuate everyone in the world if there is no safe place to run? The only place they believe will be safe is underground, which explains the increase in secret bunkers being built by the serpent's lineage and their followers. They really think they can escape the Creator's wrath. What many believe are rogue worlds coming out of nowhere are really predestined bowling balls set in motion by the hand of the Creator to ensure in the end he wins the game he created. So the only being that can save you when he throws his final strike is Yahuah, not Satan, no matter how deep your bunker. Earth in the future is literally going to shake, rattle, and roll so much so People will scream for rocks to fall on them just to stop their torment. And I beheld when he opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of Shamayim, or heaven, fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind, and the Shamayim departed as a scroll when it is rolled together. And every mountain and island were moved out of their places, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every freeman, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? Revelation 6:12-17. On December 21st, 2012, the ancient Mayan calendar's so-called end had an interesting correlation as the three belt stars of Orion matched Gaza's pyramids below. In fact, at midnight on December 21st, 2012, the Sun, Earth, and Orion were in perfect alignment, while the Sun on the morning of December 21st, 2012, was at the center of our Milky Way galaxy. Orion, the constellation of a giant, represented Osiris in Egyptian rituals. He was their god of the underworld who ruled over death and resurrection. Secret societies got their unified slogan, as above, so below, from Egyptian mysteries. It may very well be a secret clue concerning the Mayan calendar's end date coinciding with the same date that Orion's belt stars matched Gaza. Could the Mayan calendar really be about a galactic announcement written in the stars from the beginning, heralding the promised return of their serpent king to Earth? It seems quite plausible. The giant's belt stars are secretly claimed to be the place stars are born, and specifically represents the giant's reproductive capability. This was exactly what Mayans believed would happen. They taught that a future generation would witness, at the end of the age, their feathered serpent king return to Earth. Such a strong-held belief, carried through so many generations, should be carefully investigated by our generation, and not thrown off as mere myth, just because the world did not end on December 21st, 2012. This date may have a lot more in store for humanity, because it may have been predestined to mark the beginning of the end of days. Satan and his army do have a timetable they are closely following, regardless of the hoopla from media denying any future apocalypse. This is why strange occurrences in our heavens are continuing to escalate. Comet C 2011-14, with its unusual shape that appeared in our western sky February through March of 2013, was discovered back in June 2011. At that time, it was believed to be coming our way due to being pushed on its course by a passing star. On March 6, 2012, NASA released data on asteroid DA14, which was over 200 feet wide, confirming it would give Earth a scare on February 15, 2013, as it passed extremely close at 16,000 miles. Its route placed this asteroid closer than our satellites. Asteroid 2011 AG5, also recently discovered, is projected to have an even greater chance of impacting Earth in 2040. Asteroids never before encountered are increasing, and some are not discovered until they are almost upon Earth. I'll probably still be alive in that year. Because of such increasing numbers of new asteroids, members of the United Nations discussed growing concerns over impact during their 49th sessions subcommittee on scientific and technical data. Threat from outer space is real, and the powers that be know it. Something is indeed headed our way, and proof is mounting. Our sun is being affected by it. Both Uranus and Mars have increased in their numbers of earthquake frequencies, just as Earth is experiencing. According to NASA, Jupiter's very core seems to be liquefying. while Saturn has added a new ring with intensive storms raging on its surface like never before. To top this all off, Venus' rotational turn is slowing down. Never have so many changes taken place in such a short span of time within the cosmos. In 2012, reports increased of people seeing two suns in our sky at various times. Were these anomalies just sundogs, a phantom sun, or could it be Wormwood is indeed on our horizon, hidden by the brightness of the sun? Either way, large asteroids and comets are consistently traveling closer to Earth, and over the next several years will produce more significant changes in Earth's tectonic plates, already stressed by so many floods, volcanoes, and earthquakes. Back in late September 2012, a new comet, 2012 S1 I-Sun, was discovered with predictions it will become visible to the naked eye from late 2013 to early 2014 and possibly outshine the moon, according to astronomers. The comet is extremely bright and several miles wide, but most importantly, 2012 S1 is following the Great Comet of 1680's same path, and that comet remains the most spectacular ever witnessed. Predictions are Comet 2012 SI will also become one of the brightest comets in history. The most interesting thing is no one can tell where it came from, as if it appeared out of nowhere. There is only speculation it could be a runaway celestial body from the Oort, O-O-R-T, cloud. Its brightest peak is set for Thanksgiving Day, November 28, 2013. According to several astronomers and Pastor Mark Blitz of El Shaddai Ministries, in 2014 to 2015, there will be 4 lunar eclipses, a rare tetrad series of 4 blood moons, as well as 2 solar eclipses. All will occur on Jewish holidays, including Rosh Hashanah in 2015. NASA's records indicate this tetrad last happened in 1967, the year of Israel's miraculous 6-day war, when they recaptured their Temple Mount. The tetrad prior to 1967 occurred right after Israel became a nation in 1948. Since the last 2 tetrads happened when scriptural prophecy was being fulfilled, researchers who discovered these correlations indicate another milestone in scriptural prophecy may be about to occur. One thing is for certain: present signs in our Shamayim, in our heavens, indicate a coming apocalypse is going to happen, just as our scripture has warned. The sun will be turned into darkness and the moon to blood before the great and terrible day of the Adonai come. Joel 2:31. And I beheld when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. Revelation 6:12. Solar cycle 24, with all its continuous devastating heat, has set the stage for concern over solar cycle 25. Predictions by professional astronomers during their meeting in June 2011 forecasted cycle 25 to usher in a time of record-setting winter temperatures, just as devastating as summer temperatures have been. Some even theorized Earth might actually endure an ice age. Yet, in late 2012, NOAA officials said the increasing heat was the new normal and mankind had best get used to it. Reality is this: when our Creator unleashes his coming days of wrath, the sun will be his to do what he pleases with it. For it was he who created it by the very power of his word. The scripture clearly foretells our sun will indeed become Yahuah's tool of great wrath, and he will use it to scorch earth. It appears from this prophetic standpoint there will not be a cooling down to come, but an increasing soar in heat, giving way to cataclysmic storms of all types. Mankind still does not get it by trying desperately to prove their Big Bang theory amidst mounting evidence we were created and not formed out of chaos. This is why their search continues, and is the reason NASA announced in 2011 that they will launch a probe during 2016 called OSIRIS-REx to obtain samples from asteroid 1999 RQ-36 in 2020 and return them to Earth to study. They want to prove something dead, like asteroids, seeded Earth with life. Wow. Satan continues to use any tactic to keep people in the dark about how Yahuah created everything and how he, as the serpent, tried to mess it up. Genesis tells exactly how we came to be, and it was not from an asteroid or wandering planet. It is so obvious the game being played by NASA. Just look at their probe's name, OSIRIS-REx. Osiris was ancient Egypt's god of the underworld, as mentioned earlier, and Tyrannosaurus Rex was king of the dinosaurs, all codename for Satan, the old serpent or dragon. NASA choosing such a name definitely means they are not promoting the Christian rendition of Yahuah's creation, but directly honoring Satan's un-Kodesh seeding and birth of a mixed breed of serpent-infested humans. To hide behind their doublespeak, they try to tell commoners their probe's name really stands for Origin Spectral Interpretation Resource Identification Security Regolith Explorer. And if you want to buy that, I have a piece of land to sell you in the Okefenokee Swamp. NASA's code names for their missions, and almost every one of them since their inception, have included a satanic or pagan connection to fallen angel mythology. One thing is for certain, Satan knows his time is nearing an end. He has his entourage watching for signs in the Shamayim that Yahuah promised would signal when Satan's jig is about over. The field is wasted, the land mourneth, for the corn is wasted, the new wine is dried up, the oil languisheth. Be ye ashamed, O ye husbandmen, howl, O ye vine dressers, for the wheat and for the barley, because the harvest of the field is perished. The vine is dried up, and the fig tree languisheth, the pomegranate tree, the palm tree also, and the apple tree, even all the trees of the field are withered, because joy is withered away from the sons of men. Gird yourselves and lament, ye priests. Howl, ye ministers of the altar. Come lie all night in sackcloth, ye ministers of my Elohim, for the meat offering and the drink offering is withholden from the house of your Yahuah. Sanctify ye a fast, call a solemn assembly, gather the elders and all the inhabitants of the land into the house of the Adonai, your Elohim, and cry unto the Adonai. Alas, for the day of the Adonai is at hand, and as a destruction from the Almighty shall it come. Is not the meat cut off before our eyes? Yea, joy and gladness from the house of our Yahuah. The seed is rotten under their clods, and the garners are laid desolate. The barns are broken down, for the corn is withered. How do the beasts groan? The herds of cattle are perplexed, because they have no pasture. Yea, the flocks of sheep are made desolate. O Adonai, to thee will I cry. For the fire hath devoured the pastures of the wilderness, and the flame hath burned all the trees of the field. The beasts of the field cry also unto thee, for the rivers of water are dried up, and the fire hath devoured the pastures of the wilderness. Joel 10 through 20. Okay, next time we will be reading, That day shall not come until there is a falling away. That one is quite a bit longer. I think it's about as long as that one. So we'll have to do this one in 2 sections, I believe. Yeah, it's 114 to 122. And then we'll be going into, after that one, pineal gland telecommunications, Satan's final frontier. And that chapter is the reason why I didn't get the beast mark at the end of Day's book, because it talks about it in this book as well. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. And now it is time to praise Yahuah. I wrote a new song today, and if you guys weren't on the live stream today, I'm going to sing this one. You Are Loved. And how it came to me, though, is Bless those cursing you. You are loved. You are loved. You are loved. You are loved. Okay, so that's how it came to me, but I ended up adding more words to it afterwards to kind of fit it together and make it more of a song. Bless those cursing you. Yahuah has compassion on you. Yahusha came to redeem us. You are loved. You are loved. You are loved. You are loved. Bless those cursing you. What gift is it if you love those loving you? What fruit will you gain when kingdom come? Judgment day, when Yahushua comes, it is futile upon the earth. The wicked get richer and the poor scream Yahusha's name. Bless those cursing you. Yahusha wants us to. You are loved. You are loved. You are loved. You are loved. I love you all with an everlasting love, as our Abba Yahuah in the Shamayim loves each and every one of us. Shalom and blessings, warriors Yahuah in the truth.